You're going through a breakup with a woman? Dude, my gaydar is like a heat-seeking missile, dog. It doesn't go off for me. I'm not gay. You're gay. What did she say? I hate that. That's so fucked up. Just say you're going a different direction away from my ass. You know what I mean? What? Oh my God. What do you mean she's here? You just framed me. That's entrapment, bro. That is entrapment what you just did. You are going to jail. You're going to jail. Why would you do that? Obviously, if you say somebody breaks up with you, I'm going to talk shit about them. Excuse me, miss. Are you offended by my trans jokes? She says no. Fuckers. Why did you break up with her? What about your transitory path makes you descend from your partner who supported you through the initial stages? Can you just be honest? Do you need to go fuck around in order to give you the full validation of the female form? Because that's what we do. We go out there, even though we hate penises and we hate the people who touch them, and we go, I need your validation, because in order to feel like a woman, I need your dumb ass attached to this stupid hard cock. I need you to grab my boobs like you're freaking the penguin, in order to feel like a woman, okay? Anyway, you doing that? Me neither, dude. If you're a little higher level white trash, you had an above ground pool, and it was a big deal because you get in it with like 6 of your cousins, because if you're trash, you have 1,900 cousins, and then you would run in a circle. Yeah, dude. And gotten no reaction to the point where I'm like, or you never do that ever. That's so funny. The whirlpool. And then, so you get the circle going, and then you lift your legs up, and then you're in this whirlpool, and it's so fun. And then, at some point in your life, you finally get to a below ground pool, or whatever, in-ground pool, and you get in it, and you're like, you're fucking poor as shit, dude, this sucks. You know, you're like, this ain't got no whirlpool, what are you homeless, dude? That's so funny.
Are you drinking for any special occasion? What's going on?
Oh, I just love the taste of it, you know what I mean?
Yo, come on! Is that what you really sound like? Are you doing a bit? Are you doing a bit? What? Your generation already, you know, I'm talking about it, I can't even, and there's not even a way where I'd ever be able to do that because that's absolutely crazy and you have to set boundaries. Is that really your voice? Let's try it. Let's just, alright, let's give this a shot. Let's just give this a shot. Okay, just be like, let's just try saying, what's like a practical thing? Can you pop the hood? Try saying that.
Can you pop the hood?
Okay, no, listen to me. We're gonna get it right. At the end of every word, you're doing a thing where you're going, okay, so you're going, it's okay. You're going, can we pop the hood? Okay, so I want no breath. I just want, can you pop the hood?
Can you pop the hood?
No, there's still breath. We're gonna do one more try, okay?
I don't think I can do that.
What? Also another testament to our different generations. If I was in the audience, I would be like, I will get this right or my mother will disown me. You're like, I actually know myself and I know that that's like beyond my capacity. And I'm not really willing to move forward over what I'm capable of.
What are we doing about the election? We're pro-Trump? Of course you voted for Trump. Look at your tits. Oh God, that's your son? I'm gonna put my hoodie on, and by the time my head pokes out the top, I want you to have taken back that that's your son and tell me it's your dick. That's your baby. Oh, weird. Dude, I'm so sorry that this happened to you tonight.
It's his birthday.
You did this for your birthday? I used to always do this as a kid. And then I learned my lesson because my mom would always try and fuck my dad's girlfriends. It was complicated. You guys had him very young. Then, I'm gonna tell you, this is a safe space. You're exuding sexuality in a way that is so inappropriate that your kid is here, okay? And I'm gonna tell you something right now. I just found out about a thing called covert incest, okay? I don't want you to take this personally, but this is gonna be an intense thing. Birthday boys, is it okay if I proceed? Can we bring him cheesecake or something? He's gonna need some antacids. Covert incest is one of the parents, for me it was my father, was very sexual, not with me, but just around me. He was very hot, he was doing sexual innuendos. It made me weird sexually. In my opinion, you should have a child and then you should just be a matronly bag, okay? Birthday boy, how you doing? Do you feel you're a product of... You don't have to tell me. Alright, I'm gonna leave you guys alone now. Good luck with your family, okay? Jesus Christ.
Mushrooms, you're on them? You have a good tolerance? Me talking to you about it isn't making you feel crazy? You feel good? Mushrooms are the best. You feel good? No, not at all. Not at all. Was it a micro? You want to feel it. I feel a micro, though. You could give me a little sugar cube, and I'd be like, I'm tripping balls. I've been tripping my whole life. I've been tripping on no drugs my entire life. Do you guys remember just being a little kid and just seeing stuff? Remember, like, what, the wood grain on the paneling of the wall just being like, oh! I'm like, just stop! Remember that? They'd be like, all right, honey, good night, time for bed. Close the door, and the door's like, I'm like, please! And then when the light would go off and the coat that was over the chair would just become a fucking ghoul. Remember that? I remember looking at it and being like, no fucking way is that a coat. There's no way in any world that light goes on and that's not a goblin being like, yeah! Like, there's no way. It's so weird. My therapist will be like, your parents fucked you up. And I'm like, are you sure it wasn't the guy in the corner with bleeding eyes? Are you sure it wasn't that guy? He was there a lot. She's bi? How do you feel? What do you prefer?
Well, I married a woman, so...
You married that woman?
Yeah,
Oh, you're married?
Yeah.
Why do you guys do that? Why? My mom's got married. I guess that's so that if somebody's dying that you're the one in control, but I always thought it was odd. Marriage is the most fucking retarded, heteronormative bullshit. Why do you guys do that? You're the last fucking frontier of people who are not lobotomized being like, I'd like to walk down an aisle and have everybody watch me move in slow motion while I give myself away permanently to a man. Like, it's so... It's absolutely the most retarded shit. What is that, dude? You slowly, the walk that you do down the aisle is like this fucking walk the plank shit. It's just asking for somebody to be like, just don't, get in here, I got her, you know? It's absolutely horrifying. And your father literally turns you over to another man? How incestuous is that? Be like, I'm done fucking her, you take her now. I'm about to die, I got my use of her. Mean, you know? And then you stand and you force all these people to go to a destination or something. Even just get in the car is crazy. Get in the car because we're getting married. I'm so sick of it. Buying gifts? Fuck you. Why am I buying you a gift? This is a big day for you. I'm coming, I'll watch your weird, voyeuristic fucking perversion. Sorry.
You know what I'm talking about? The Gen Zers who contour their nose, which is so racist to me. How is that? They are the most woke motherfuckers. I've never said this out loud, I'm gonna say it. They are the most woke motherfuckers. Any of my Gen Z friends, if I say anything, they're like, actually, you're racist, you're a bigot, and you need to yeah. But then I'm like, then why are you making your nose? Why are you using a dark marker to contour your nose to make it into the whitest, most Anglo-Saxon nose ever, cutting out any Italian, Jewish, black, anything, and making this little, have you seen what I'm talking about? Look it up. Look up nose contouring. I'm actually so upset right now. Imagine, see how my nose is like hella Italian? They do this where they put a dark thing so it looks like it's like a little cute Latin nose. That's racist. That is blackface in a different way. That is reverse black. That is unblackifying your face, which is blackface as bad. That's face black. So you gotta stop doing drugs and then you can determine what you want. You can't do drugs forever. It's gonna age you prematurely, okay? You look still very young somehow, and that's upsetting me. But, are you doing drugs all the time? All the time. Coke, not Coke. Okay, hallucinogenics. Okay, Molly you can do a little bit of Molly like twice a year, but you can't use it like hallucinogenics. Hallucinogenics teach you things. Molly punches holes in your brain. Hallucinogenics also, can we relax, okay? Because you can microdose hallucinogenics, but you're going to go on a big trip, and then you know what's going to happen? You're going to obsess about the idea that you have to bite your tongue off, and then guess what happens? You bite your tongue off, okay? Speaking from experience, you will bite it. I know that's scary, but it's true. I can't even smoke weed. When I smoke weed, I want to remove all the skin off my body, and then I want to blow on my nerve endings so that they can feel the wind. It's not fair that the outside gets a feeling and not the inside. Okay. Yeah. See, you don't need drugs. You can just be insane. Anyway. Okay, cool. You left your boring rich family. I know, but you live in a tent with a man who does Molly. We can't have this, ma'am. No, you can have orgasms by yourself, baby girl. This is a mistake. I'm a huge fan of your work, okay? Big fan. It's totally fine. And just so you know, I'm with you. I'm poor, right? But we gotta worry about her right now. If you were 21, I'd be like, totally fine. Marry some dude, go do Molly, fuck other people, be homeless. But you're 30, bro. Huh? That's because you're on drugs. You're gonna come down. Can I tell you what's gonna happen? Can I give and you can DM me years from now, and if I'm wrong, I will give you $150. I'll give you $150. Because that will be a lot to you at this point, okay? Birthday is a bad day. Birthday is not, you should never celebrate those. You shouldn't, dude. Being born is a bad thing that happened to you, and you should mourn. Every birthday you should go alone, and you should be sad that it ever happened. Because when you try and celebrate it, God goes, oh, really? And then he does mean things. Every time. Anytime I try and throw a birthday party for myself, something horrible comes. So a guy shows up and is like, hey, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. And they're like, psych. And then they give me a wedding. So I'm like, I don't even know that guy. I don't even know that guy. Last year, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna plan a birthday. I'm gonna do this, right? So I invited all my friends to the dog park. Crazy. And I was like, everybody, we're going to the park today for my birthday. It was like 50 people, and then the first person responded and went, oh, you're a Gemini? Geminis! And I went, it's canceled. Then I canceled the whole thing. I was like, no, bad luck already. Did we go through breakup? Where are you, the girl who just came? Is that you? You're going through one right now? Who's that guy? How old are you, first off? You're 20. Did he dump you or did you dump him? Not him. Child. Are you drunk or are you just so sweet? Is there an edible in there? What did you toss back? You're drunk? Okay, good. Just making sure. I didn't know if like that's how your generation, you know, if you guys just were like, we're done with books and words and things. I did just find out your generation doesn't put balls in your mouth. I just found that out. Maybe it's some of them, but like, I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, do you do one ball then the other ball? And she was like, ooh. And I was like, oh. Our generation, we're like, right? I think we're trying to kickstart it a little bit sometimes with the balls. I do one ball, you can't fit both balls, so I do one ball and then I David Bowie the Labyrinth, the other ball. Just Goblin King. Sometimes you can fit both balls, that's when it's weird, right? When you're like, whoa. Throw a third one in there when I do that little tiny ball.